Hello everybody, my name is Kimo and this is going to be my revised version of my second episode from my mini-series called Shuffling Insight. I'll leave the links down below for the other episodes, and of course in this topic we'll be dealing with the misconception of rocking. Now there's been new information given to me about this topic and I had to revise most of the episode, but I have to go through one critical aspect that's been given a lot of misinformation to new shufflers, so stay tuned. In the version before of this episode, I had talked about the misconception of rocking as a sense of it's just another terminology for shuffling, and while that's true, I also had talked about the fact that it wasn't a style. However, in this new information that has been given to me, in more sense, yes, Melbourne rocking is a sort of style of shuffling. But beforehand, I used to just think, because of, when I was growing up through shuffling through 2008 and 2009, it was just always been mentioned as just Melbourne rocking, just Melbourne shuffling, because rocking was just another use for shuffling over there in Australia. That's their terminology. However, the style became more prominent because of the fashion sense behind it, such as a hat, a white shirt, black pants, and some white shoes. And these were some of the things that made a Melbourne rocker alongside with a very clean and technical footwork of shuffling. The YouTube channel We Dance Hard has made this style very prominent with some of the videos showcasing a lot of Melbourne rockers with this same sort of style in both footwork and the fashion sense. And these videos have inspired many other shufflers to replicate this style entirely, forming a new sub-style of shuffling. In today's shuffling world with shuffling tutorials, there's been many content being brought out by new teachers teaching new shufflers who are intrigued in learning the Melbourne Shuffle. However, there's been one misconception that has been repeated throughout these whole tutorials, and that is the rocking move. This rocking move and these tutorials are none other than T-steps with different placement steps besides the back foot. And if it's not those movement patterns, then it's micro hopping in a figure 8 motion, either to the left or to the right. Now, none of these moves are incorrect. These are great for beginners who are getting out of the most basic form of the T-step. However, calling this rocking is where the misconception begins. This rocking move in these tutorials are pretty much exclusive to the Melbourne rocking style when being taught with these new teachers. However, that's not the case with these patterns when you can find them in other substyles when you look through some of these shuffling videos and see some of these shufflers doing these same type of patterns. I'm not exactly sure where this misconception truly began, but the notion of the substyle called Melbourne rocking and these Melbourne rockers moving in a certain type of pattern has probably stuck out with this move being called rocking, and people just stuck with that. But the notion is that this is not a movement. This is not a move we can just call of rocking. This is just basic patterns of the T-step being brought out of the beginner stage. In the YouTube channel of We Dance Hard, a lot of the most prominent shufflers such as Matt, Pei, Tiff, Brenton, Hilty, and many other Melbourne rockers have truly inspired many other shufflers to shuffle in this sort of type of style. And this same channel had released 3 DVDs for anyone to purchase, which included tutorials and shuffling showcase where you can see these movements being used in the dance floor. In the third DVD with Newcastle Rockers, Brenton teaches some tutorials for advanced shufflers who want to pretty much push their shuffling to a different limit. And in one of these tutorials, he talks about style elements, where he talks about control, variety, and timing. In one of these style elements, control, he talks about one of the ways you can have a good control of your shuffle is having rotation of your body, either turning to the left or turning to the right. And what he displays in the video is pretty much what people nowadays in their tutorials call rocking. Now, for copyright sakes, I'm not going to show the clip of the DVD that shows this tutorial, but I will display audio with footage of what exactly is he talking about, and you'll see from some of these shuffle videos. So take a listen.
Another element of control, which is a big one for me, is your body, the rotation of your body. There's a difference between shuffling in a straight line and then shuffling with a lot of rotation. rotation doesn't only give you flow, but it also sets you up for moves like spins and slides, and you can, what way you're going to shuffle, what way you're going to reverse shuffle. What I found is it gives this illusion if you're going this way, like if you're moving backwards, it gives the illusion of actually moving backwards, like you really are floating around the dance floor. It looks great. You can do this with shuffling and running man too. You can run really running backwards. So a lot of things, rotation helps to everything.
So there you have it. Rocking is nothing more than just describing a certain substyle of shuffling and another terminology to call shuffling. But it is not a movement that you can learn that is called simply rocking. All these little patterns are just simple T-step variations that you can do to get yourself out of just the basic form. And just simply rotating to the left or to the right, however you want to move around when you're on the dance floor. And it's not exclusive to this sort of substyle. It can be found in other styles of shuffling as well. It's nothing more than just basic patterns of basic fundamentals. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope there's teachers watching this video so they can inform their students correctly and not spread misinformation within the shuffle community. And as always, have a good day and keep on rocking.